Hello, wrestling fans, and I hate being reminded about stupid things I've done in the past. If you're not listening live, then you don't understand. I am Andy Farn, and with me as always is Liam Dunn.
I think that's a great incentive for you to join us on the live shows if you don't, because you don't know what Andy's talking about. If you want to know what Andy's talking about, basically, a couple of years ago, Andy lost the bet.
We don't need to tell the people.
I think we do need to tell the people. People in the chat are even wondering, what was that all about?
Doesn't matter.
Andy lost the bet and had to sing the Ting Tings, That's Not My Name, in Vladimir Kozlov's voice. The replay can be found on our live stream channel, so if you are listening through YouTube or iTunes or whatever, please be sure to visit our live stream channel, and you can catch the song there. It's glorious. Everyone loves it, and I do plan on releasing that as a song, so you can all download it to your phones and have it as your ringtone.
No, don't, please. I'm begging you, don't.
Well, okay, I might not because of royalties with the Ting Tings, obviously.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, though, I don't know why I ended up doing that. I think I lost a bet. I think that's what happened. I don't know. It was like 4 or 5 years ago at this point.
Well, I tell you what, right? That song, I only got reminded of that song because of the latest episode of the Retro Supla, which you can all go and listen to. Right now. Well, not right now. Don't go right now. You're here. Stay. Hi.
Stay.
Thank you. After the show.
Fuck that song. Just...
I think it's glorious. I think it is the single
greatest... glorious, and I don't know if I should say this, but it ruined something that happened in my life. So, fuck off.
That doesn't matter. It makes my life better. That's all we care about.
Yeah. Dick.
Anyway, I think, before we get into the news, I think you should ask me how my week has been. Hint, hint. Nudge, nudge.
I don't want to.
Well, you've got to ask it, otherwise we're not moving on.
Okay, how was your week, Liam?
Basically, it's been a good week. It's been a very good week, thank you. And yesterday and this morning, I was working on a film down in London. I think you'll find it was a little film that starred a little celebrity, little famous known name called Johnny Depp.
Right. Yes.
I was working on a Johnny Depp film. That's the point. I was working on a No, all right. I was working on
you got to meet Johnny Depp!
I didn't really meet him, I saw him. I waved, he looked at me a bit weird and he just kept walking. So, bottom line, don't wave at famous people. So...
wait. What? Did you go, hello, I'm Liam?
No, I didn't go, hello, I'm Liam. I saw him, I waved, and he looked at me and whispered something at somebody and then they walked off.
I know what he said. Stupid fucking prick.
Fuck! You know what, right? You're just jealous, I can tell. I've met all these... Well, I'm not met, I've seen all these people, right? And I've had something shown on television.
That's a huge stretch.
Anyway, shall we move on? I've said my story of the week. Should we move on?
Yes, let's move the fuck on. Blank Wrestling Company is behind Hulk Hogan and he's eyeing up WrestleMania. What? If it wasn't already clear enough, Hulk Hogan has reiterated on Twitter that he won't be returning to some wrestling company. When a fan asked about the situation, Hulk responded, "Yo, Perry," that's your real name. He didn't say that bit. I'm just... whatever. I'm sorry, I won't be coming back. HH. Hogan's Blank Wrestling Company deal expired in October, and they couldn't come to a new agreement. Over the past few weeks, he's made it clear that he's aiming for some kind of appearance at WrestleMania 30. If there's any place where Hogan really matters in pro wrestling, it's WWE, where he actually has a proper history.
Well, the thing is, right, I don't know if he will be at WrestleMania 30, because there are some contradicting reports. Some reports are saying that Triple H welcomed him with open arms and said, if you ever want to come back, then you can come back. But that source is Hulk Hogan himself. That man is delusional. I don't know if we can actually trust anything he says.
No, everything he says is stupid, because once he said, I was going to be the lead singer of Metallica.
Yep.
He also said that he slammed Andre the Giant, who weighed about 1,000 pounds.
Yep.
He's a fucking idiot. Don't listen to this guy,
but
please.
The thing is, well, you know, Hogan's been saying that, But other people have said that Hogan is welcome at WrestleMania if he buys a ticket, implying if he's there in the front row, that's how he'll be at WrestleMania 30. So,
wow.
To me, that seems like the more legit thing. And, you know, I can understand why he won't go back to TNA. Because I saw something, I think it was either today or yesterday, I saw something whilst, you know, looking around on the internet. I saw a clip of Hulk Hogan on Oprah Winfrey's channel in the section, Where Are They Now? That should give you... That should imply to you just how low down TNA... whoa! Excuse me. Gonna have to bleep that out. That should imply to you...
Oh my God, what have you done?
I don't know! I'm the controversial one,
I just
what can
said
I say?
blank wrestling company. Why can't you get that right?
I don't know, I'm a retard. Anyway.
Oh God, my ears are bleeding!
There is a specific... There's a reason why, obviously, that he's not going to go back to blank company, because if he's on Oprah Winfrey's Where Are They Now, that should tell you how low down they are on people's awareness. The guy left blank company, what, a month ago? And he's already on Where Are They Now? He's only been gone a month off TV. Now, obviously, TNA...
Really.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Wait, did he appear on the Oprah Winfrey network?
Yeah, on the segment, Where Are They Now?
That's like a lower network than Spike. How in the love of fuck does someone who owns a network that is so inherently shit has to go to Hulk Hogan like, where the fuck have you been? How bad must your show be?
How bad must blank company have been on people's awareness that they don't even know that Hulk Hogan hasn't been on TV for 1 month?
Did he mention TNA?
Ah! Ah!
I'm doing it! No, God! No! Oh, God, this is impossible. Oh,
it's impossible. I'm trying to boycott their name.
Trying, but it's fucking impossible.
Anyway.
You can't not talk about a shit company. We tried. Failed.
I didn't watch the clip because I actually have a life. I'm not interested in that crap. So I didn't watch it, and I don't know if you mentioned blank company or not.
Right.
So
this is going to be a struggle for this episode.
This is going to be really difficult. But it's just
about blank company.
It's just the fact that if he had been away from television for 10 years, you could understand him being on the Where Are They Now. He's only been off television for a month. So that either says to me that he thinks he's much more important than he actually thinks he is, or people don't actually genuinely know what that company is. They don't even know it exists.
I think it's the latter, because
it's got to be the latter.
The general public know what WWE is, because there's that thing that was WWF. No one has any fucking clue what a TNA is. If I go to the general public, what do you think WWE is? They might think it's either the thing to do with pandas or is a thing that was called the WWF. Then I'll turn around and go, oh hey, what do you think a TNA is? And I'll just think, porn.
Yeah.
It's tit and ass. It's some kind of porn channel on a shitty channel, and it's just going to have like a woman on a camera talking to a phone and just like twerking. That's it.
Have you actually, just slightly off topic, have you ever actually watched any of those channels?
I don't.
Let's just be completely honest. We're all friends here. Everyone listening, we're all friends.
This is
we
on the
won't
internet.
judge. We won't judge. We won't
My
judge.
family listen to this.
Why does your family listen to this? That's a bit weird.
No, do I? I just swore. God.
All right. Well, here you go, Mum and Dad. You're going to learn something about your son. Have you actually ever seen any of those channels?
What?
Those channels, those channels you were talking about, the ones with the girls on the phone, and
I've
it's all it's playing. You can see them on the phone, but all they're playing is music.
So you could be in theory calling in and be like a bloke called Derek going, yeah, you like that Burberry? Yeah. And they're like, no, that's not fucking Melina. That's Mike.
That's Mike. No, I like to think that when they're doing it, they're on the phone to normal people. Like, she might be ordering a takeaway and she's there just strumming herself. She's on the phone to Domino's Pizza going, yeah, can I have a pepperoni pizza? Yeah, and she's just strumming herself right on TV. Plus,
Also,
the other thing is, if you know how to lip read, then you've probably got everything you need there. If you know how to lip read, you're done.
Anyway, moving on. So basically, like, I'll tell you a story. Like, we were like 16 and no, 15 or something.
Right.
We had like a sleepover or something.
By the way, yes, you are listening to a wrestling podcast. Just
shut up. And then
that out
what happened was, like, I go away for 5 minutes, and then someone got hold of my phone, text into those numbers, and I kept getting a text like every 3 or 4 months for like 2 years of these fucking people. Like, we have new pictures of Tamina.
Whoa! Times have got hard for her.
And they would never tell me what was going on. They were just like, I don't know, probably pissing themselves every time I fuck off, going, that is fucking hilarious. And I'm just like, what? Why am I getting pictures? It would cost me like £3. I'm like, what? Fucking pictures? Like, where the fuck have they come from?
That is genius. That is genius. Legitimately genius. Well done to your friends.
I know, right?
Right. Anyway, so I don't even know how we got onto this, but
I don't know. What the hell? How do we get Hulk Hogan to fucking Babe Station? How do we get that? There's fucking sense. There's no logic to this.
To be honest, those channels would probably get more viewers than what Blind Company gets.
Well, yes. I mean, fucking hell. I told you the secret to keep TNA alive: stick Brooke Tessmacher on the screen and hope for the best.
Honestly, they should have turned her heel years ago. I think that could have saved the company. Honestly,
anyway,
those shorts, damn.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Hogan anymore. So instead, let's talk about Blind Company's appalling treatment of Zema Ion during a recent interview with Quinn. Wait a minute, are you related? Quinn's AM Army. Former X-Division champion Zema Ion confirmed that he's still contracted to Blank for quite a while, but admits that they haven't really spoken to him for several months. He is currently making money doing independent dates, although Blank prevents their talent from working shows that film the matches. At the beginning of the year, Ion was taken out of action with a growth in his bladder. It has been since removed, and doctors have confirmed that it wasn't cancerous. During the interview, Ion downplayed he was upset at Blank Wrestling Company for not helping with his medical bills. He said he's an independent contractor, and he accepts that. However, he did reveal that Blank were upset that his girlfriend started a GoFundMe campaign to raise the funds because it made them look Bush League.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that is really cheeky of Blank Company, because, you know, whether he's an independent contractor or not, I mean, he's with you, he's with your company, and either you pay up for his medical bills, which I guess he didn't actually earn. He didn't get that injury in the ring because it's a growth in his what is it, bladder or something, right? It's not like he broke his leg wrestling a match for TNA. I understand that, so I can understand why they may not have paid his bills. But to scold him for going to the fans and asking for donations, that I think is wrong, because how else is he going to pay for it? I can understand Blank Company not contributing because it wasn't done on their clock, it wasn't done in their ring, but he's got to pay those bills. If he's going to other people for help, why are you getting pissed off with him for it? I don't understand. That's like Andy.
Yep.
Getting run over by a car.
What?
Right?
And I run over by a car.
Getting run over by a car.
Oh.
And then he comes to me for donations. And then people getting pissed off because he's come to me for donations and not sue the driver. You know what I mean? No?
No, that's stupid. Basically, I can see what he's saying. Like, he's even said, look, I'm an independent contractor and I'll probably just have to find a way to get money or whatever. But then TNA are like, who are owned by a fucking $1 million fucking energy company, couldn't even pay this guy's bills.
Yeah, that's...
And then they get angry that he has to find his own way to find money because he is an independent contractor. Doesn't make any fucking sense. This company are idiots. Just piss off the face of the earth already. Just go away.
The company is idiots. They are idiots. But
they're not just idiots about wrestling. They're idiots about just the general life things. Just Like, fuck me. Like, I don't know how much a fucking medical bill is because over here we have a health system. And
Hooray!
hooray, your country is strange. But the fact is that I, the guy is an independent wrestler, right? And from what I've heard, they don't make a great deal of money. And you have not infinite resources, but obviously enough to fucking make sure that this guy, who you've invested your money and gave this guy a contract, if you gave a toss about him, you would have paid for at least some of his fucking medical bills. So why?
But then again, we are talking about a company that released a number of talents in order to keep people like Sting and Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy around.
Right.
So,
But
why are we? To be honest, why are we that shocked?
This is a guy's health.
This is a guy's health, but they've got rid of people. They fired them. Those people don't have jobs anymore. Are we really that amazed that they've done this? If they're so heartless to fire a guy who broke his neck in the ring and then they go up to him and go, "You've got a job for life," and then a few months later fire him, are we really that surprised that they're not covering this medical bill? This is a company that is more heartless than anything I've ever seen. Fucking Joseph Stalin would think, Jesus Christ, guys, that's a bit harsh.
This is the same company that fired a guy that nearly became a fucking paralyzed person, said that he had a job for fucking life, and then fired him from that job for life. Piss off, TNA.
You've said their name.
You are Bush League. You should be angry, because you are shit. It's like looking into the mirror. You really are completely shit. Piss off the face of the earth. Go away and just go away. Go the fuck away. I'm bored of this shit. They've gone back to their Impact Zone, which looks even smaller than the last one. You are Bush League. You're
are.
In a soundstage.
TNA. You know what TNA reminds me of? They remind me of like these kids who go into these those Hall of Mirrors, right? They go, you go into a Hall of Mirrors and they reflect you really funnily, like really stupidly, like. So TNA is one of these kids that goes up to this mirror and sees that the mirror's made him 10 foot tall. So he thinks he's bigger than he actually is. That's what they are. They're these idiots who think they're they're better than they are. And they learnt a very valuable lesson when they took TNA on the road. I said TNA needed to go on the road. Turns out they don't have the money. It's not that I don't think it's not that they're not ready. I think it's that they don't have the money. I think they can take the show on the road if they didn't try and match WWE's. We've got to have screens fucking everywhere and lights and pyro.
You gotta have fucking mega production. It's gotta look really good, but they fuck it up half the time anyway.
They don't have the budget for that, obviously.
Don't, and they don't know what they're doing. And I'm not saying I know what I'm doing, because I probably would be even more clueless, maybe. I don't know. But...
No, I don't think it's that. The problem with TNA, and I said this to Carmine a couple of weeks ago, the thing is, TNA, they desperately want to be the opposition to WWE, right? They are desperate to start the new Monday Night Wars. We've seen this. We saw this nearly 4 years ago when they tried to do that. Right?
And failed.
And failed miserably. But do you know why they failed?
Wait, did you say the letters?
I don't give a shit now. I'm saying it when I'm saying it, okay? Fuck the police. I'm saying it, right?
What?
Do you know why I think they failed? Because they're trying to do what WCW did. They're taking a load of guys that have left the WWE and putting them in whatever blank company, TNA, I don't give a shit anymore. They're putting them there, right?
Right.
Then they're trying to go on the road, make the shows look like the WWE shows or the WCW shows. But the problem is, WCW worked because they had Ted Turner behind them. Ted Turner is a conglomerate in the television industry. He has a near limitless bank account. If they wanted to buy Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair and Sting and Bret Hart and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, they could do it.
And...
still be on the road. And they could still be on the road.
Yeah, and back then he owned like he basically invented cable. He didn't invent cable, but he was cable television. He had fucking TNT, the fucking TV network at his fucking disposal.
This is what I mean. He's a conglomerate. He is massive.
Dixie Carter has nothing. She has to rely on Spike TV because that just to keep a shitty show on the air, which I don't know why they keep it on the air. She doesn't have like the enthusiasm for wrestling because Ted Turner was a wrestling fan, and Ted, like there would be meetings if you rely on Meltzer and fucking the rest of the Observer people. Like they would have meetings whereby they would be like, well, this WCW is not making us any fucking money. Just get rid of it. And Ted would be like, no, shut the hell up. This is the last time we'll fucking talk about this. The WCW thing is staying. Okay? Done. Thank you.
This is what I mean. They have the bank account.
Then when I see Dixie, it's just like, I don't get that vibe. I don't get the... It's just like, I and my family...
No, I don't know. I would disagree with you. No, I think you're right. Dixie doesn't have the enthusiasm because she's not from a wrestling... She wasn't a wrestling fan. She's not from a wrestling background. But with WCW, they got Eric Bischoff in charge. Eric Bischoff worked as an announcer. He worked as a backstage interviewer. He was from the industry. Dixie Carter isn't. I think that's another issue. She's coming into an industry that she clearly has nothing... She has no knowledge about. But with WCW, if something was going wrong, they turned it around. TNA, they still think that they're a big dog.
They're not.
WCW knew they were a big dog because they had the money. At the end of the day, it comes back down to the money. WCW had Ted Turner behind them. Who does TNA have behind them? Exactly. Silence. No one fucking knows. Not anyone important. Not anyone with a decent amount of money. They might have Panda Energy. I don't know about you guys. Maybe it's just the British thing. I've never heard of Panda Energy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, people are saying it's Bob Carr, people are saying it's Janice, people saying it's Dixie, someone saying it's just fucking Panda Energy. I have no idea, right? I find it deeply ironic. It's pandas! It's bloody pandas! I've just figured it out! Pandas have ruined wrestling, right? The bloody panda logo WWF, the World Wildlife fucking Fund, ruined the WWE, right? They said they had to change their name because of the pandas. The wrestling's been fucked. And then fucking Panda Energy come along and fucking, because they're pandas. And they fucking, I don't know, they're in fucking hamster wheels energizing people. I don't know what they do. Like, fucking, they come along and, like, they fucking ruin the chance of having any kind of fucking second company that could remotely compete with Vince. It's pandas. It's fucking pandas.
You've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. You have heard it here first. Pandas hate wrestling.
It's pandas. In 20 years, pandas will just be fighting each other in a ring. If they still exist. Fucking nice. Fuck pandas.
And that's the moral of the story, kids.
Pandas.
But I think TNA needs to have they need to have a long, hard look at themselves and just think, guys,
get rid of the fucking pandas.
Get rid of the pandas. They need to be like, we need to get rid of the pandas. No, I think they need to just realise we're not as big as we think. They're only the second biggest company in North America by default. It's not because of the quality. Well, the fact that they travel.
They're not even that good of a second company.
That's what I mean.
The difference between them and Ring of Honor is like they're pretty much on level playing field here. Like,
that's what I mean. They are the second company by default. They haven't earned it. It's by default. If you're going to make a hierarchy, we're talking, WWE is going to be at the top. But when we say TNA is second, I'm not saying immediately second. I'm going to say there's a fucking Grand Canyon between them.
Like, WWE is Usain Bolt, right? And he's done. He's gone. Like, that's it. Like, you can't catch up with him. So now it's just who comes second just happens to beat everyone else that's in this race.
Yeah.
And this 100-meter sprint has been won by Usain Bolt WWE, and TNA just happened to run straight past everyone else.
Yeah.
But they have no idea and have no
But
way.
they think they're as fast as Usain Bolt. They think they're as
not
fast.
Usain Bolt. They're like fucking. They're like the.
At least Ring of Honor. At least Ring of Honor. When they go into the race, they go. You know what? Right, we're not going to win this.
We are not good.
Yeah, we're not going to win this, guys. But if we come somewhat high, we're fine. You know, even participating, I'm proud of. TNA sees Usain Bolt and genuinely thinks, I'm going to beat this bastard. And then they're shocked when he finishes the race before everyone else. TNA's not even got out of the starting gate and he's finished. They're shocked by that.
Celebrating holding the Jamaican flag at this point. Like, what the fuck? A TNA. Just fuck them. Go away. Piss off. It's a disgrace. Just get lost. Can we talk about something else?
Yeah, let's move on.
Thank God. AJ, not styled. AJ,
the good AJ.
You're gonna be like, I just love AJ. Shut up. AJ collapses due to dehydration. WWE Divas Champion AJ Lee collapsed during a WWE house show from the O2 Arena here in London. No, I'm not in London. You
here
moron.
in the UK.
In England, London, England. A report on WWE.com claims she was suffering from dehydration. According to the live fan reports, AJ tagged out of a match, teaming with Tamina against the Bella Twins, and collapsed off the ring apron onto the floor. Journey fainted momentarily, but the match was quickly brought to a close as medical staff came down to assist her. And Brie Bella rolled up Tamina for the win.
Well, I love AJ. Don't get me wrong. I think she's my soulmate. Just waiting for her to come round.
I told you to do this.
I'm just waiting for her to come round and realise I'm here. But I don't know. I think that's a bit of a. How do you get dehydrated? You're a wrestler. How do you go a day without thinking, I haven't had a glass of water yet, and I'm going out wrestling?
Yeah, for fuck's sake, oh God, I've run out of water. No.
Like how do you? I don't know. Maybe there's something like inherently darker about this, because I have heard people say that about weight loss pills, which I think would be a crying shame if she's on that, because no woman needs to be on that.
Need weight loss pills. She's like
awake.
What the fuck? What? No, don't take pills.
I'm hoping it is just the fact that she forgot to have a drink of water, but even so, how do you forget to have a drink of water? Some people, Glenn in the chat says that she's pregnant. Please don't joke about that.
Because that ruins everything.
That will ruin my life.
Please
do not do that to me.
Oh, Glenn's like LOL.
Oh, he's trolling. He's trolling. Anyway,
don't do that, because someone will listen to this show and then fucking go to all the other websites that are not WrestlingPundit.com and be like, LOL, AJ Lee is pregnant, and be like, no.
Thanks for that. Now she's going to think she's fat, and she is going to go on weight loss pills.
She's not fat.
She's not fat.
Ugh.
But
God.
Nevertheless, I love AJ. AJ, I love you, but how did you let it get that far?
It hurts my head. Stop talking like you're going to marry this woman. It's weird and creepy. Stop.
That's my forte. What can I say? That's what I'm known for. Weird and creepy.
Wow, I can imagine you going to the club and be like, "Sup? Can I get you a drink? No. Can I marry you instead?" Like,
just go up to her and just go. So, what's the name of our first child? That would freak any girl out. I'm not gonna try it, guys. If you're listening, try it. I dare you. See how far you get.
Guys, don't.
You probably come home with a slap or a black eye, but nevertheless, it's worth a shot.
Or a restraining order. That's the most likely option out those things. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't really know how we got on this, but anyway, AJ did collapse. It's all right, and then they sort of poked fun at it a little bit on this past week's Raw, with Vicky Guerrero apparently being dehydrated. I'm guessing you didn't see Raw.
Right, let's just take the piss out of fucking someone that just collapsed. Oh, by the way, I collapsed like during the summer or at some point. My housemate thinks it's really clever to slap me in the face. Like, I'm having a fit. I'm laying there, apparently having a fit. No idea what's going on. It's just like, wake up. And I'm like, I'm just having a fit. And apparently, I don't know if it was both of them or one of them, because I was out of it. And they're just like, hey, Andy. I'm like, what happened?
So wait. I've never fainted because I'm a man and I'm awesome, right? I have testosterone. I've never fainted. What?
I have testosterone.
Well,
limited
that's
supply, but it's good.
Limited. Anyway,
Right, do you have a point here or what?
I was just going to ask, what is fainting? What happens? Do you remember thinking, oh, fuck, I'm falling? Or, like, what happens?
You just go lightheaded, and then you're like, oh, fuck, I'm falling. And then, depending on where your head hits, in my case, my head fell into a bowl.
Oh, man, I would have loved to have seen that.
For some reason, I put the bowl on the floor to pick it up. That was my plan. I was going to go pick it up. Then I get a knock on the door or something, and I don't know. I don't remember. I was dehydrated apparently, and that's why I just.
How do you get dehydrated? You're not even a wrestler. You do nothing. Surely you should think I'm a bit thirsty at the moment.
I've kind of cut down on Dr. Pepper. Like, I just was drinking it like...
Dr. Pepper's what's making you dehydrated, no wonder.
That's my point. No, that's all I was drinking. No water, nothing else. It just was Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
I
no
did that
wonder.
for like 2 weeks, and then no wonder I fucking collapsed and nearly died. It's like, what's the worst that could happen? That's the worst.
That's the freaking worst. I faint and nearly die.
Stupid.
How horrible would it be if my flatmates came into the room and just saw my face in a bowl? Not a dignified way of fainting. I can just imagine that. Just you on the floor, your face in a bowl.
Whatever. So anyway, moving on. Chris Jericho's WWE future seems unclear. When asked by zap2it.com, who comes up with these websites, whether he'll be returning at the Royal Rumble, Chris Jericho said he has Fozzy commitments in January. Fozzy's such a stupid name. Commitments in January, but if he wants to return to wrestling, the timing would have to be right, and that he would need a special storyline to consider it.
Well, you know, I agree with him. He's already done the surprise return at the Royal Rumble. That was great. He did the trolling the year before, which was... It kind of worked and it kind of didn't because it really annoyed me, but at the same time, it was memorable. So he's done it in all different ways. I mean, there was that Save Us campaign, which was going on for weeks before he showed up, which was kind of similar to when he first debuted, if you remember, with the countdown clock. It's kind of similar to that. So, yeah, I agree. It's going to have to be something different. And I think a lot of fans were a little disappointed with his last return because when he came back in...
Dango!
Well, no, when he came back in 2012, it seemed like he actually had a goal. He was doing something. He was going after the WWE Championship. He was going after Punk.
Well, that's what he says, actually.
Well, yeah, because I ironically did read the interview as well, so I'm sort of quoting from it. But
good.
With this past year, what did he really do? Like, what was his major storyline?
Fandango!
That wasn't even really his main storyline. He just didn't have anything to do at WrestleMania.
He was there.
He was there. I mean, he's a nice little attraction, but I agree. I think somebody of Jericho's level of talent deserves more than just being an attraction. If he's going to come back for a couple of months, and you know, give him at least a storyline. I'm not saying he has to be in the title picture, but give him a storyline. You know,
give him something to fucking do, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, not just sort of bounce around between opponents and then just leave without really saying anything.
He didn't do anything.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
He came back at the Rumble, and everyone was like, "Yeah, Chris Jericho!" And then they didn't do anything.
That's what I mean. From his return in 2013, the only things that I remember is his surprise announcement that he was in the Royal Rumble. I think he was like number 2, right? That was epic. Then he had his match at WrestleMania with Fandango, which was kind of a passing of the torch because he lost. Sort of passing it on to the new guy. Old guy passing it to the new guy. That's fine. That's really about it. That's all I really remember him doing.
I don't think he did anything else. I think he even went away, like, to do a fucking tour during the thing. I don't know.
Something like that, but I just don't.
I don't
No
know.
one seems to really remember. I'm looking at the chat, and people are thinking that
Well,
they can't really remember it.
If you're listening to this, please ask me on Twitter or get hold of me and be like, "This is what he did," because I don't know.
This is what he did, because I remember it. I was there.
What?
I don't know. Maybe it's Brock Lesnar guy who listens.
That's not how.
Which, by the way, he makes an appearance in WWE 2K14.
Does he really?
In one of the video packages. If he was a character, that would have been amazing.
Oh, fuck's sake! I thought literally he did the Brock Lesnar thing, and then I could make Brock Lesnar guy, and then he could see himself, and it'd be weird.
That'd have been amazing. Speaking of which, right, because I did cave and buy 2K14 for any of you who follow me on Twitter.
Hey, look what I've got in my hand!
We can't
2K14!
Well, I say I caved and bought it. Actually, Keelan gave me this copy. I got it for £1.20. Fuck you all.
My case is broken, though. I don't know how.
LOL.
That was it.
So, I have got 2K14. Guys, this is, I think, what is it, the 5th year in a row, there's no Tony. This is this is
Just
unacceptable.
Tony, then, you stupid idiot!
No, I want Tony officially in the game. I shouldn't have to create him.
By the way, did you get the one that has the Ultimate Warrior in it?
No, because Keelan... The one that I've got is the one that Keelan had, and that's a review copy, so it comes in a very special case.
Oh.
So, no, I don't have the Ultimate Warrior.
Great.
Why?
Because I went into my local game store, and they were like, the only ones we have are the ones with the Ultimate Warrior. Is it the same price? Yes. I'm like...
I will have that, please.
This shop is broken. Yeah, right, why not?
But, yeah.
No.
If you watch Carmine's Let's Plays, he's mentioned, and he's also reminded me in the chat, that he actually pre-ordered the game, and he didn't get Ultimate Warrior. So, cheers, 2K. Nice to see you're keeping up that THQ spirit.
Oh my god, Colin Desma's gone. Yes!
Well, okay. I posted this on the Facebook thing. It's under speculation. Some people are saying he's gone. Some people are saying that he's just turned his account into a personal account. So, we don't know if he's actually gone or if it's just a personal account now. I'm hoping he's gone. Because, my God, I mean, under his direction, there's not really been any major WWE games that I can think of.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else.
But, with 2K14... Just sum it up in a couple of words. It's alright. I think Attitude Era mode's better. But that's just me.
It's just like... I don't know. It's still broken, don't get me wrong. Like, the worst part of the game, because I like creating stuff. Just for shits and gigs. Of course. Create Arena is inherently broken. Like... It's so broken.
What is it?
Yeah, if you try putting a logo, you know, like you could stretch it before.
Yeah.
You can't. It's like this tiny little area. So if you wanted to like stretch it across like a ring apron or on the ramp or a mat, fucking anywhere, you can't do it.
Oh, actually, that does remind me. What's really pissed me off is that they say you can alter wrestlers' entrances. You can't, right? Because you know WrestleMania 19 Rock with just the shoulder tattoo before it came onto his chest, right? He comes out too early, and I'm like, okay, I want to change... No, honestly, he comes out too early. And I'm like, okay, I want to change this, because he comes out way too early. By the time he's got into the ring, the music's just started, right?
Yes.
So, I've tried changing that. Game won't do it. It'll do it for WrestleMania 15 Rock. He'll do it right. But when it comes to WrestleMania 19 Rock, he still comes out too early. That's bullshit!
Yeah, I wasn't surprised when they were like, yeah, you could do all these things. And I'm like, no, obviously you can't.
Oh, yeah. Also, Brian Williams is a fucking liar.
Oh, yeah, he's a dickhead. He's worse than Ledesma.
Well, because, you know they have...
Ledesma, I truly believe... I think sometimes he gets a little bit too much slack. The guy that actually built this piece of crap, it's just like, yeah, you could do so many new things. Like, you're a shit.
Well,
You're a lying
it's
shit.
like okay, right. So, I watched the live stream of Brian Williams doing his. He's going through the Creation Suite, and he does the Creator Championship, which isn't even a very good mode. Oh my god, it's the worst Creator Championship they've ever had. Because last year's didn't count. That was altering a championship. This is actually Creator Championship, and it's god awful. Anyway, that's my little rant over. Not really, actually, because there is something I want to say. So he goes in and he's altering some of the belts, and he goes, yeah, with the new WWE Championship, you can actually swap out the side plates. So if you want to give Daniel Bryan his WWE Championship with the yes logos on the side, you can do that. Can you? Can you, Brian?
Nope.
Because you fucking can't on my copy, so you lied!
Yeah.
You lied!
So Brian, where the fuck your name is? Oh, can I also like, I don't know, be able to create my own entrance video, Brian? Brian, can I? No! Why you remove everything? You made it more broken. This must be THQ's way of just going, fuck off, whoever picks up this shit. Here is a turd. Try and do something with it.
Oh, let's make it into more of a turd! Brilliant! Yeah, let's make it into more of a turd because of 2K, yeah! Brilliant, guys, thanks.
Oh my god. And like, some of the matches are just inherently shit in Road to WrestleMania mode. It's
no,
like...
you mean 30 years of WrestleMania.
Whatever the fuck it's called. Like, the stupid, bloody matches. It's just like, so last year, WrestleMania. It was Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. I wanted to do that. Instead, you gave me, like, something terrible. I can't remember what they gave me. It was just like...
Yeah, why did they give you the WrestleMania 26 match of Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels and not the 25 match?
27!
They should have done all 4 of those matches, 25, 26, 27 and 28. Instead they did 2. Bullshit!
Well, and JR, God bless him, but he just sounds like he just couldn't be asked.
He doesn't want to be there. He sounds like he doesn't want to be there.
He sounds like he's been medicated. It's awful. It's just like, well, look at that. By God.
By God, King. By God.
Has come true for Shawn
Yeah, he does
Michaels.
not have any of the enthusiasm that he actually had in the real matches.
How difficult could it have been just to take the actual audio from the fucking event?
It makes it like...
They do that with the promos!
It sounds...
Like,
it makes it sound... It's true, it makes it sound so... boring.
He just sounds like... I don't know. He just sounds like he doesn't want to be there at all. He's just like...
The boyhood dream, King, has come true for Shawn Michaels.
The Stone Cold era has begun.
No, because you don't even do that match! You don't even do that match!
That's Fighters 4! They don't even do the... Oh, God's sake. This game is shit.
Have you done? I'm sorry, Carmine, because I know you did the review last year. We shouldn't really be talking about this, but I am just wondering, have you done the beat the streak thing? Because Jimmy Smith just reminded me. Have you done beat the streak or defeat the streak, whatever it's called?
I tried to with a character that we created called Lord Clunge, and unfortunately, Lord Clunge couldn't beat the streak. No. And he has the most overpowered moves, and we couldn't do it.
I've done it 3 times. My fastest match was 6 minutes.
We got to like 41 maybe on the defender streak. That's a piss. That's the greatest thing ever.
What? It's awful.
It's so easy.
I didn't like it. I thought it was crap.
Whatever.
Anyway, so moving on, because we don't want to step on Carmine's toes here from last week.
WWE names a new executive ahead. My voice went really high. I'll do that again. WWE names a new executive ahead of the WWE Network launch. In preparation for the planned WWE Network, the company have named Matthew Zingerman exclusive vice president of programming.
Well,
basically, they really want this network to take off because they've also cancelled their on-demand service as well.
Will it take off though? I mean,
no.
Will it? Do we? Because I've heard reports that they try and aim for before WrestleMania 30, which means they've got 3 months to launch this thing.
They're insane. They said this 2 years ago with the weird fucking Skrillex
Wah,
noise.
wah.
Wah, 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 wah. Like, no, it's not happened. You don't understand. You
Coming in
can't do
2012.
this.
Yeah, LOL. No, it's not.
Good luck, but no, just give up. It was a good, fucking funny rib and a really funny joke with your whoa, whoa, blah, 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 trying to be mainstream.
It was a funny troll, but we've all forgotten it. We've all moved on, guys. Please stop trying. We have been reporting this news since I think this show began nearly 6 years ago. Guys, really, just give it a break.
Whoa, whoa, blah, 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 blah. Fuck off already.
Like,
Never gonna happen.
the thing is, even if it does happen, I don't know who will buy it. And we've said this on a previous episode from about 3 years ago.
No
But
one.
I wouldn't buy it if I lived in the States. Especially because everything, apparently, except WrestleMania will be included. So you're not even getting everything. You still have to buy for WrestleMania.
If the only good thing about this is if you could pay like a season pass type thing to get all the pay-per-views, then I
Yeah.
think that would be the only decent thing to come out of this network.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like some kind of season pass where it's like, I don't know how many dollars, because it's like $60 for a pay-per-view. So fuck it, let's try.
I would say on a really big discount. Say, okay,
Sure.
so let's say, I don't know how much a pay-per-view costs in the States. For anyone who's listening to us and is American, Glenn and Carmine, I'm specifically talking to you guys because I know you're there. If you can tell us how much it is for a pay-per-view, because over here it's about 15 quid per event for each pay-per-view. I don't know how much it is in the States, but I would say give it a reduced amount. So like, you say, okay, we're going to give you, right, they've just got back to me. It's about $50, right? In that standard,
Okay.
HD it's 55. So let's say they do 12 events a year. Okay?
Yes.
I would say I'd sell a season pass at about 400.
Uh-huh.
Because then you get 4 pay-per-views for free. And that entices people to buy it because they think, actually, I'm getting more for my money there. More buys.
Doesn't sound like a terrible idea,
It's
but
more buys.
I just think it's comedic that they think they can do a network.
Well, the thing is, talking about pay-per-views, actually, it leads me on to another piece of news that we were going to discuss. In that, for those of you who watched Raw this past week, you noticed that there was a 12-man tag team match. I believe it was the Shield and the Wyatts against Punk, Bryan, the Usos, Cody, and Goldust. And a lot of people were very surprised that this wasn't this wasn't taking place at Survivor Series, because it seems like a Survivor Series match at 6-on-6. Seems like a Survivor Series match. Survivor Series is just around the corner. That wasn't because they were trying to rush it or anything, or they have any plans at WrestleMania. That was the plan all along. They were going to give the match out for free on television. And the reason why is because they want to get their viewership up, so that when they renew their contracts, they can get more money. Because I think NASCAR sold their TV rights for like $8 billion or something ridiculous like that. And WWE believes that they can actually quadruple their amount if they get higher views. That actually makes sense. I really do not think in this environment, especially if they're focusing so much on television, I really don't think they need the amount of pay-per-views that they actually have. I know we've said this a lot, but this actually gives a logical reasoning to say we don't need as many pay-per-views because we're concentrating on getting our TV viewership up. If you produce a TV show that is highly watched, I think Raw is always like in the top 5 most watched shows of Monday night, right? They'll probably never be number 1. Let's be honest. If you've got football, they're going to lose. So the best they can go for is probably number 2. If they were the number 2 show week in, week out on Mondays, they could really do well for themselves, especially with advertising revenue. I mean, do you think how much would it cost to get a spot in a commercial break on Raw if it was pulling in so many numbers, right? They would get loads of money from that. They don't need to be focusing on pay-per-views, especially when pay-per-views only pull in hundreds of thousands if they're lucky. I think legitimately this gives them a logical reason to cut pay-per-views. Keep the big four. Definitely keep the big four, because they're special events. They're fine. But I don't...
I mean, you look at this summer, like, the fucking... I call it the pointless... Like, between WrestleMania and about now, it's like the... I call it the kind of period of time where nothing really happens.
Yeah.
And because it's not heading to WrestleMania, it's not heading anything major, so it's kind of just pointless. And the only major thing in between that is SummerSlam, which no one really cares that much about anyway.
You see,
so
I'll be honest, because I was actually thinking about this a lot recently, and what I would have done if I was in charge, I would have split the year up into two, so it's 6 months, right? The first set of 6 months is the beginning of April to the end of August, roughly. Okay, that's 4 months. I'm lying. Whatever. I don't know my maths. Shut up. Right. So at the beginning of April to the end of August, I would call sort of the WWE pre-season. Right. This is just sort of you're doing storylines, but characters and people that you're using this time to establish people. Then from the start of No, I lie. Sorry, not to the end of August, the end of October. So I was right. It was 6 months. My God, I am terrible. Anyway,
you're so good at this maths thing.
I know, right? I'm amazing. Anyway, starting in November, I would call this the WrestleMania season, and I would then say, right, we've used the preseason to build our stars for this season. This is how we're going to focus it. I would tie in Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble into WrestleMania. Now, when I was younger, I actually thought about this as well. When I was younger, I had an idea that at Survivor Series, you have a match between Raw and SmackDown, right? This was when there was still a brand split, because I know the brand split's dead, so you might have to rethink it a little bit. But when I was younger, I said, at Survivor Series, you have a 6-on-6 or 7-on-7 tag team match between the two brands, kind of like bragging rights. The brand that wins gets the number 30 spot at the Royal Rumble, giving them a higher chance of main eventing WrestleMania. Obviously, with the brand split gone, the idea doesn't exactly stick around as much anymore. But I genuinely think that if they started WrestleMania season in November, then they could have more time to really build WrestleMania. WrestleMania 28 worked because they had built it for an entire year. As soon as WrestleMania 27 finished, the next night they announced the main event of WrestleMania 28. It made that event so much more special. WrestleMania 29, the same main event. No one looked at it wasn't as excited because it wasn't in the pipeline for as long. I think if they started it,
don't really cared.
Well, am I boring you? I'm sorry. Am I keeping you up?
No, I'm just tired.
Okay. Well, I honestly think if they started it in November and then do a match that ties into the Royal Rumble, I don't know, you have like a Battle Royal at Survivor Series where the winner gets the number 30 spot or whatever it is, I don't know. But something like that. I think if they, like, you could have tournaments in November, kind of like the King of the Ring or something, in order to qualify for a Battle Royal at Survivor Series. The winner of that Battle Royal then gets the number 30 spot of the Royal Rumble, and then they have a higher chance of winning it. It doesn't necessarily say they're going to win the Rumble. And I know Carmine's just said a Rumble for the Rumble. Yeah, I know. I've just thought of this on the top of my head, but I'm trying to give an example here. I honestly think that if they split it up into two, had a pre-season where they built the characters ready for the WrestleMania season, it would make much more sense. 3 months does not seem... In fact, it's not even 3 months. By the time the Royal Rumble's finished, we're in February. So you've got 2 months to book WrestleMania, and that's supposed to be your big event? It's not enough.
Yeah, I mean,
and especially, sorry Andy, but having pay-per-views in between the major pay-per-views, like Survivor, like you have a pay-per-view like TLC and a pay-per-view like Elimination Chamber. I don't know if they're really needed.
I don't. A lot of the pay-per-views, like Payback, was good, but it's not really needed. It's just like...
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's not needed.
Having
so treat
pay-per-views
that as a
like
pre-season.
2 weeks after each other why? There's no incentive for me to go buy it because you're going to put on the exact same main event at the next event 2 weeks later. So what's the fucking point in buying it?
Exactly.
Stupid.
Exactly. Anyway, I think we are coming up to the end of the show. So.
Oh, AJ Styles defended a blank wrestling title in Japan.
Well, good for him. I genuinely don't care about the storyline.
And JR doesn't want to. He thinks it's highly unlikely that he'll commentate again for pro wrestling. And also, Chris Benoit's match with
Shawn Michaels and Triple H, that is being cut out of the Shawn Michaels WrestleMania set, right?
Yes,
right?
that's it.
Well, you can kind of understand why. The guy wins at the end. Just before we go off the air, I watched the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, DVD recently. And obviously the first Money in the Bank has Benoit in it. Any commentary relating to Benoit is cut, but Benoit stays in the match. They haven't cut Benoit out. They cut his entrance out, but he's still in the match, but they never refer to him by name. So when I think Edge hits him with a chair, they never mention it. It's quite funny. It's like no one gives a shit. It's funny.
It's just like, oh, well, that was someone.
That was someone that you don't need to know. Please don't Google him, please. That's what it basically is.
No, I can imagine what happens. Like, they don't even do that. It'd just be like, Edge is climbing the ladder.
It pretty much is. It's worth the watch just because of that, because it's just really bizarre.
So weird.
It really is. It's bizarre. But anyway, yes, I think that is time, ladies and gentlemen. So we should probably call it an evening. So thank you for joining us this week. My name has been and still is Liam Dunn.
My name is Derek Derrickson.
Bring Tony back.